What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out! Out of the Basement's action figure talk show / podcast. Of course, I'm Nate, and I'm joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today, we're going to be talking about some figure news, and we're also going to be doing our top 5 wish list from Star Wars Return of the Jedi. This, of course, continues our series of Black Series wish list videos from almost every single Star Wars movie. Not Rogue One.
Is this the last one?
Maybe. Since we kind of got every single figure from almost all Disney Star Wars related things.
Yeah, but we will do an episode on the Clone Wars.
Yes. Maybe Rebels?
Maybe
Rebels.
Yeah.
And of course, Riley, if you're watching out there, we do have your EU episode coming up, but we want to get Bucky involved, and he's just been a little busy boy lately.
Yeah.
So it's hard to rope all three of us together.
True.
So once he's available and we can get him going, we will do that EU wish list video. That'll be a fun one, and he's a big EU guy, so we want to include him. All right, so we've got some figure news to talk about. Of course, as most of you guys know, we've recently got the Toony Terrors Wave 1 from NECA, and they're pretty cool. I have Jason here. Finally got Jason in the back. I don't know if you can see him. I think my head, honestly, might be in the way, but finally got my hands on him, and we've got Wave 2, and NECA recently announced that they were doing video game color variants for Freddy and Jason, and you can pre-order those now. I'm just kidding. They got canceled. What the hell?
Ooh!
Yeah, so they announced not, 2-3 days ago from the time of this recording, they announced they're doing those paint variants, and then today I wake up, I look at my email, and I just see pre-order cancellation notice. I'm like, what the hell got canceled? And then I look, and it was the Toony Terror Jason.
The corporate mumbo-jumbo has struck again.
Yeah. Even though Randy confirmed on Twitter that they had gotten these approved all the way back in 2018, for whatever reason, there's been no official response at the time of this video recording. But for whatever reason, the Freddy and Jason video game variants of the Toony Terror lines have been canceled.
Yeah. What a waste of money.
Yeah.
For NECA.
I hope they weren't too far into production on these, but I would have to imagine they were to some degree.
Yeah.
Because they obviously posted pictures of them and everything. Granted, they are just repaints, but at the same time, still probably wasted a lot of money making those, only to get shot down, even though they were allegedly approved. And then we also got some in-hand, out-of-the-box looks at the first wave of Black Series figures coming on Triple Force Friday. This is, of course, Episode 9 Rey, Cal from Jedi Fallen Order, the Mandalorian, the Off-World Jawa, the Sith Trooper, and the First Order Stormtrooper. So, a very solid wave of figures.
Which we will probably have a vlog for Force Friday, which is October 4th.
Yeah. It's a Triple Force Friday this year. I think we'll definitely do something for it.
Yeah.
Even if we don't find anything at all. Oh yeah, and Cracked Mask, Episode 9, Kylo Ren.
Right.
Forgot about him. So we got some in-hand photos, and we pulled these from Kylo Collector on Instagram, but I'm sure he got them from someone else. Seems to be how it goes on Instagram.
Yeah.
You just get them from whoever, so all credit to Kylo Collector and whoever else actually has these in hand.
Mm.
So, all of those, all the pictures you're about to see. The Mandalorian looks dope, of course. I didn't notice the details on him, but he's got a little shore trooper pauldron on his shoulder right here, which I thought was kind of interesting. I thought that was a little weird, a little unique, being that the Mandalorian takes place after Return of the Jedi, so he just has a piece of shore trooper armor. I wonder where that fits in.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to be like a Boba Fett scenario where I have to read 800 different novels to find out about all the little things on his armor.
I bet that's what it's going to be.
You're probably right. Oh, and the Inquisitor's sister God, I'm just sucking today. But the Inquisitor's sister looks awesome. Has a removable cape, which, I mean, why would you not pose with the cape on? Cape is dope. Capes are always dope.
No capes.
But the saber also looks great.
Right.
And this is from Jedi Fallen Order, but the sister Inquisitors, are they in Rebels, Clone Wars?
Yeah, the Inquisitors are in Rebels, and they're in the Vader comic book that we read.
I just remember the male
Yeah.
Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor.
Right. There's like a whole school of them.
Oh, okay.
Rebels and such. And they call each other like brother and sister, like number whatever. So I don't know if this is a specific one from Rebels or the comic, but
I think as far as this one goes, it's from Jedi Fallen Order, which who knows what that means.
Right.
But
I mean, it's either the same one or it's very, very similar.
Yeah. And then we got Cal Kestis out of the package, the main character from Jedi Fallen Order, who I think it looks pretty cool. He kind of reminds me of like some old school Kyle Katarn, like 90s EU Star Wars, where it was a little goofy, but I'm always down for more Jedi, and he looks pretty cool, and I'm excited for the game too. I think the game looks dope. We all know Jrick.
I just don't know.
You just don't play.
EA will find a way to mess it up.
But it's a single player game. It's a single player game.
You gotta pay money to go to the next levels.
We'll see.
Each level's gonna be a microtransaction.
I trust Respawn.
Okay, I mean, Respawn's good. Respawn's good.
Yeah, exactly.
There's too much dodging, not enough clashing in that game. That's what it looks like. That's my verdict.
We'll be playing it anyway, because it's a Star Wars game. Kylo Ren also looks really awesome, but I mean, it's the 500th Kylo Ren figure.
But this one's a little different.
It is a little different. He's got the cracked helmet, which does look dope. No unmasked head in this one, though, which is kind of bullshit. So that means Hasbro's going to rope you along again and release another unmasked Kylo that comes with the cracked helmet later. Fucking Hasbro. But I think the coolest part about this is the cape. It is plastic again, but it also comes with a removable hood piece to where it will look like the hood is either down or it's actually up over his head. And I think that's a really cool addition, and it looks really great on the figure as well.
True.
Looks pretty seamless, doesn't look like too unnatural, like toy-y, or like, you know, the first Kylo Ren that had the cloth hood, so it like stuck up 5 feet above his helmet and just looked goofy.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that one's still gonna be a little discount purchase.
Maybe. Until we see them all in person. And we're just like, I'm just going to buy them all.
Exactly. I mean, that's how it always happens. We also got to look at Rey, which, again, you know, the 900th Rey figure. But the photo reel just keeps getting better and better for Rey. And this Episode 9 version, the face just looks so good. So accurate to Daisy Ridley. Like the new costume, even though it's barely different. Just some mild variation on her Force Awakens costume.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a cool look, and she comes with that little droid, D-O, or whatever. And he comes with a little stand as well, so he'll actually be able to stand up instead of like BB-8, where he just rolls around until he falls off your shelf.
Right. And he can't like stand straight up.
Yeah, so
he has to be leaned over.
Hasbro's doing some big brain stuff here sometimes, including the little stand. Then we also have the off-world Jawa, which is slightly different. It's instead of a brown robes, it's gray robes, but they're cloth now.
I mean, true.
Yeah, I believe this is from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So why Jawas on a different planet or off-world Jawas change their clothes, who knows? But the cloth goods look dope. And I'm always down for some more Jawas. Just like Stormtroopers, Can't really have too many Jawas.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We're gonna have off-world Tusken Raiders soon. They're just gonna be gray.
I mean, I would just be down for them to re-release the Tusken Raiders in general, because
there you go.
Criminally, I don't know what happened. Low production numbers.
And they had 2 releases.
Yeah, and he was still impossible to find. And then even at that, I remember paying $28 for my Tusken Raider and going, "Damn, I got a bargain." And then, of course, we saw pictures of the Sith Trooper. We've been seeing it this whole time, so it's kind of just like, you know, I'm ready for the Sith Trooper at this point.
Right.
I've seen out-of-box pictures. There's that weird, like, white package variant going around that I don't ever know if that was confirmed real or not, but it's just the package, so who really cares? But I'm ready for the Sith Trooper.
Right.
Ready for it. It looks dope. And then we're also getting a re-release of the First Order Stormtrooper. And this is the best part, is we all know when Commander Pyre came out in that Disney Park exclusive 3-pack, we all noticed something a little different about the body mold. Mainly his elbows. Or her elbows. I don't know if Commander Pyre is a man or a woman. But
haven't seen the show.
We got side-by-side pictures, again from Kylo Collector on Instagram, of the elbow articulation comparison, and it is night and day. Ooh. And just when I thought, I was like, you know, I've got plenty of First Order Stormtroopers, I don't need another one, because this one does also come with the shield and baton finally.
Right.
So you could unofficially call this one the Traitor First Order Stormtrooper, but if you already have like the deluxe one or the 2-pack with Poe Dameron, you know, you already have that anyways. But the updated elbows are just so dope. It's such a simple fix.
Yeah.
That took Hasbro.
What a horrible, the very First Order Stormtrooper.
But they never fixed it anyway throughout all of the releases of Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Right.
They never. It took them 2 movies to figure out, you know, if we just cut a little bit of that plastic off on the elbow, it goes all the way up. So
I'll definitely be picking one up.
I didn't want to get this one. I was like, oh, thank God, it's just another First Order Stormtrooper, so I wouldn't have to pick it up. Then as soon as I saw it had the updated elbows, I said, never mind, I gotta pick this one up. So I genuinely think on Force Friday, until I see them in person, as of right now, obviously being there in person will change things, but as of right now, I plan on at least skipping Kylo and Rey for the time being, and picking everything else up, of course. Day one purchases.
I can see that.
Mostly day one purchases. Okay, so those were the closer in-hand look that we got recently of the Force Friday figures. Of course, they all look dope. Very excited. It's always an exciting time to get new Black Series figures since they're so few and far between these days.
True.
It's like, complain about having too much Black Series stuff. Also complains about not having enough Black Series stuff. It's just the joy of being a collector.
It's the never-ending loop.
Yes. Of, man, too much at once. Like, remember when, like, the Jango Fett wave and all those hit?
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my God, like, we were getting decimated. But then,
I think I like this better.
Yeah, I agree.
think I like having them few and far between better.
Agreed, but at the same time, it's like, I just want them, you know? So, let's get into our main topic, of course. Like I said earlier in the video, we're doing our top 5 Black Series wish list for Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The Jim Henson puppet extravaganza. My personal, most of the time, favorite Star Wars movie.
Whoa.
But then sometimes it's Empire. It just really depends.
Yeah. All 3 of them bounce back and forth.
Yep.
For me.
So we have an honorable mention, and that would be Luke and Leia. This is our fantasy. Again, we like to do our little fantasy wish list things. This would be a vehicle pack, and it would come with 1 speeder bike, Luke and Leia on their with their Endor garb on.
That would be so dope. But the reason this is an honorable mention is because we already have so many Lukes, So many Leias.
Yeah.
Getting another one with Dagobah Luke.
Even though we voted for Dagobah Luke.
I mean, you did. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. You didn't vote at all.
All right.
Typical.
And secondly, the vehicle line is kind of dead.
Yeah.
Dead in the water. Don't know what's going on. But would be a super dope thing to come out. Of course, they already have the speeder bike. They could just redo that, and then...
Yeah, they already got the mold, so...
They already have the faces, you know, for Luke and Leia.
I feel like this one would be criminally easy to make.
Yeah.
Of course, make sure that the robes are cloth. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
As long as it's not, like, too light and, you know, it kind of, like, flares out and looks weird. Sometimes. It's like Hasbro's kind of hit or miss when it comes to, like, small cloth goods. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, hopefully it would look good. I feel like they've got them pretty much nailed down at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. Luke and Leia, Endor gear, honorable mention.
I'd be down.
And you'll notice from this list that Bib Fortuna is suspiciously missing. And that's because if we all put on our conspiracy theory caps...
Yes.
He's got to be coming very soon. We still don't believe
it was
you.
just a custom, bro.
Yeah,
it was just a custom.
Hasbro, you're not good at lying.
Fully articulated custom.
Fully articulated, perfectly detailed. It's just a custom. Like, sure, maybe I'll buy the Rancor. Maybe I'll buy into that. Like, oh yeah, that'll never happen. It was just a custom, whatever. But Bib Fortuna... I have a strong feeling.
You gotta think it's coming.
I have a strong feeling Bib is coming very soon. So we decided not to put him on the list, just because he's pretty much confirmed at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to number 5. This is Moff Jerjerrod.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
This is
Moff Jerjerrod. He's the Moff of the Death Star 2. Or more frankly, he's the we shall double our efforts.
We shall double our efforts.
Yeah, double.
Guy.
That's what I lovingly refer to him as, is double our efforts guy.
Which I think he's like, you know, we've had a General Veers, an Admiral Piet, Director Krennic, Admiral Thrawn. I think this is like
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin. I think this is the one Imperial officer that we're missing from the Empire. Like there, besides Ozzel from Empire, I don't think there's any other like recognizable Imperial officers. I mean, they might be recognizable, but enough to merit their own figure.
Yeah.
Which, if you're gonna make a Piet and a Veers, I think Jerjerrod fits in that category of relevance. And there actually is a lot of deleted scenes with him. There's a scene where he gets like choked by Vader and like all these other things. And it's actually the only time you see the Royal Guards do anything. There's a deleted scene where they like take out their pikes. It's like, why'd they take that out?
I don't think I've ever seen those. Those do not sound familiar to me.
Yeah, so I think he's relevant enough. And it's kind of a meme. So double efforts. So I threw him in there.
Yeah, and I agree. We always talk about how we always want more, you know, sort of like the middle ground, like officers from the Imperial army and like, you know, more prominent people in the rebellion as well that are along like the same like caliber of existence.
Yeah, so like the rebellion counterpart, I would say, would be like Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
If they made her a figure, I guess.
Which would be dope.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
But she...
Number 4. This is a kind of a cheating one, but
this one's a good meme.
You guys know we love our cheating on these lists. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's just a fantasy list. It's just what we would like to see out of the Black Series, and this would be a Jabba's Palace Alien pack, an Alien 4-pack that is, which would be the Max Rebo band. All members, so Max Rebo, Cy Snoodles, and a Droopy McCool. Not
this guy's name is Max. The blue elephant guy.
Yeah.
Or whatever. it is.
He plays the keyboard.
Yeah. And then there's one that plays like a woodwind instrument, and then there's one on like a harmonica type thing.
Yeah.
And then the singer.
Yeah, Psy. And we're not including those stupid little special edition Jedi Rocks version.
Right. No bug, furry bug guy.
No. Ooh, Nietzsche!
Yeah, I think I like this pick because we're big fans of the original cuts of the film, theatrical cuts, you know, these specialized editions, which if you haven't heard of those, totally check it out. 1080p HD cuts of the original edits. And I just like, you know, it's a little jab. It's a little jab at the special edition if we got this. And then also, did you say Salacious Crumb?
Oh, yeah, and Salacious Crumb.
So it would be like a 4-pack. It'd be like a Jabbas Palace Alien 4-pack. And we just threw Salacious Crumb in there because he needs his own. We need to get our boy Salacious Crumb.
Yeah, I mean, he does exist, but of course he's trapped in the SDCC Jabba the Hutt set, which goes for some really affordable prices.
Right.
On eBay.
I would love to spend that much money on toys.
Yes. On one toy. 2. On a Black Series figure as well. Ooh. Yeah, we need a Salacious Crumb solo release, and I think it would be a good idea to just round out some of the creatures in Jabba's Palace. Because
we have Skiff Guard, Boosh Leia, Jabba the Hutt, Gamorrean Guard, Return of the Jedi Luke.
We have a Boba Fett figure.
Boba Fett.
There is also Han and Carbonite, but again, that comes with the SDCC exclusive.
True.
Boba Fett.
Bib Fortuna is all but confirmed.
Yeah.
So
we have C-3PO.
Yeah. So we're... Is R2? Yeah, he is there. So flesh out Jabba's Palace.
We're pretty close. Obviously, there's tons of aliens and stuff in the background, but as...
I mean, really, there's like Jawas and stuff in the background.
Yeah,
so,
and Rhodians.
Yeah. There's even like a Rhodian with the same outfit as Greedo.
Legit.
So
Greedo lives!
You can genuinely, like, almost have a pretty, like, damn near accurate representation. But, of course, there are, like, a bunch of random aliens.
Yeah, but, like, we more so wanted to focus on, like, the ones that have, you know, more than just, like, the camera is panning and you see them for 4 seconds.
Right.
Which, I mean, granted, the Max Rebo band you also see for, like, 5 seconds.
Droopy McCool.
Love it.
Who makes that shit up?
Coming in at number 3 is a character I always have trouble pronouncing their name, but I'm going to try my best, and that is Nien Nub.
I think it's 9.
9 Nub.
9.
I always have such...
9 Nub. Is it a D or a B?
Nub. I think it's
I know
Nub.
it's 9 Nunb, but it's N-U-N-B, so is it Num or Nunb? But I do know it's 9.
I think it's Num. I would assume the end B is silent.
Okay.
I don't know. I've always just had trouble pronouncing his name. Of course, pretty iconic Star Wars character.
Yeah, he is a Celestian. I think that's his race name.
Interesting.
From the planet of Celest. Celestian.
Nice. And of course, he also lives to be in the Disney Star Wars universe.
Oh, yeah.
Portrayed by the same actor, too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So, I mean, I feel like he's a pretty iconic Star Wars character. Obviously, he doesn't do a whole lot. He just kind of hangs out with Lando. But, fuck it. I'm down.
I mean, at this point, there's so many figures already made. We just... I mean, this wasn't an easy list to make, but of course you have to dwell into the more obscure characters.
I feel like, though, Return of the Jedi has a lot of potential, has a lot of characters that have not even been made at all.
I think that over any of the original trilogy, Return of the Jedi has the most to work with.
True. It's probably because at that point in time, George Lucas was so toy crazy that he was like, throw the little aliens and everything in there. We're going to make toys of them all.
Yep.
And of course, with mentioning him, we also didn't, spoilers for the rest of the list, we did not put Admiral Akbar on here either.
That'd be cool.
He has a first order. He has a resistance figure where he's in his resistance gear, but of course it also would be awesome to just get a classic white costumed Admiral Akbar.
Right, which they have the head, so just stick it on a white body.
But that one we felt like was a little obvious, so we wanted to...
Definitely would be cool to get one.
100. That would be a day one purchase.
Right.
Because, I mean, the Resistance version looks great.
Yeah.
But it's the Resistance
costume. It's just not the iconic design.
Yeah. So, just wanted to mention that because I forgot we didn't really say anything about that.
Yeah.
And number 2 is going to be an Ewok pack. Let me get out my list of Ewoks here. let me get out my list.
Who knows? Maybe a 2-pack or 3
or 4 or all 10,000 of them because they all have names for some reason.
At least Wicket.
I would say
and something else.
I would say at least Wicket and Logray. Logray was the one I was thinking of because I've always remembered him because he has like the stripes. He's like white and he has brown stripes. But we could get Chirpa, Tebow, Papaloon, Nicky, Nippet, Warrock,
Nippet,
Woota, Robin, Kazakh.
I want Nicky and Nippet.
Grok, Leektar,
Nipple,
Tokat, Nanta,
Torcat,
and Flitchy.
I feel like these are Pokemon.
That was from the official Star Wars.
Pidgey?
I said flick it.
Okay.
Or hold on. Flitchy.
I thought I heard you say Pidgey. Pidgeotto.
No.
Pidgeot. Pidgeot.
That was Nippet. Papaloon. That was from the official
Charizard.
Star Wars website.
Alright.
So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, but Logray and Wicket would be my votes.
Right.
I think those are
That'd be cool. They could come with a decent amount of accessories, like the
they're
rock and string, whatever you call them.
Their little
like
spears
and like clubs that they use.
They'll come with non-blinking eyes, as they should be.
Yeah. I guess they would never blink.
It's accurate.
All you gotta do is blink.
It's a slight at the special editions.
I'll take it.
Number 1. You guys know us. We love our troops. We love our stormtroopers. We love our rebel troopers.
We love our soldiers. We love our infantry.
Yes. Number 1. Just a plain old rebel soldier in his Endor gear. Maybe Gramps? AKA Captain Rex? Justin?
So iconic. I think when I think of a rebel soldier, my mind, even though the Hoth rebel soldier, super dope, the dish head one, super dope, but when I hear rebel soldier, I think my mind just instantly goes to the Endor, because it's camo.
Yeah.
It's just like, we have a little camo love, just like our episode 3. We wanted the camo clone troopers.
True.
But I also think that might be attributed to the first Battlefront game. Because no matter what map you played on, the just regular Rebel Trooper was always the Endor version.
For me, I feel like just the Battle of Endor is probably one of the most entertaining battles in Star Wars. Like, yeah, it's goofy because there's little Ewoks and they're defeating the big bad Imperials, but I like the guerrilla warfare aspect of like how the rebels are fighting the Empire, how the Ewoks are fighting the Empire.
Right.
Like, it's a very cool scene. It's kind of something that you don't really see ever again in Star Wars.
Yeah, and there's so much going on during that scene, because there's like 3 different sequences happening at once, but they're all happening like perfectly. Like, you have the space battle of Endor with the second Death Star, you have Luke versus Vader, and then you have the Battle of Endor going on.
And it's also like you see Han and Leia actually leading troops, and it's like an actual military organization.
Right, like they going into like infiltrating the shield generator base, planting bombs and all that. It just feels like an actual rebellion.
Yeah.
Like utilizing the army. So I was always a fan of that sequence.
Very true. It's just a very highly entertaining end of Star Wars.
Right.
So that was our list for Black Series figures we would like to see from Return of the Jedi. Let us know who you would like to see in the comments down below. Did we miss anyone? Did we miss someone's favorite Star Wars character and we're about to get roasted to hell and back?
Oh no.
In the comments. So yeah, let us know what figures you would like to see from Return of the Jedi. Of course, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. We've been doing a lot of Figure It Out lately. We've been really cranking them out. So if you're enjoying this, let us know. Drop a comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Anyone in your life that's even mildly interested in action figures. Tell them to come check us out. Of course, we also talk about movies and Blu-rays on the channel as well. So if that sounds interesting, stay subbed. Ring that bell for notifications. Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
We will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.